Hello everybody, and we've got another person that wrote in today, and he says he's got no name on here, but I'm pondering moving to Ecuador, Cuenca or Salinas. Is it true now that residency visas are only for 2 years and healthcare is required to apply? Also, bummer if that's so. Yes, it's all true. I'm unsure if I could handle high altitudes in Cuenca. Well, we certainly are able to help you be educated about the subject. Why don't you go to discovercuencaecuador.com and click on the Why We Moved to Salinas, and we have links on there that have medical studies on what long-term altitude, what kind of effects have been studied. That way you can get the facts. Do you want to just sit here and go on forums and get opinions, or do you want the facts? The facts are in writing, and they're from medical establishments that have done research. They have paid grants and such, and they pour money into the research, and then they put it in writing so that they have to be accountable for what they're saying. You go on forums and ask these kind of questions, and you have all kind of people say whatever, and nobody's accountable. They can say whatever they want. So again, when you come to our website and our vlogs, we're not giving you our opinions. When we put something on there, go on Discover Cuenca Ecuador and read the medical reports. Don't just take a la-di-da attitude and know for sure, know the facts of what you're getting into. And so it's all there to help you make a good decision. So thanks for writing. Have a wonderful day, as always. Hello everybody, thanks for coming back to our channel about life in Ecuador, what it's really like to live in Ecuador. Frank and Angie, we're all over the scene here in Ecuador, Cuenca, Quito, the coast, you name it. We have guides on all of those areas. These aren't fluffy guides either. They're guides with meat and potatoes, what you really need to know, what it's really like to live in Ecuador. Don't you want to know that? We think everybody should have these guides. Everybody that is contemplating coming to Ecuador should have these guides. Amber wrote in today, and she says, I have friends moving from Margarita Island in Venezuela, and they were thinking Cuenca. Well, Amber, that's already quite a change from Margarita Island, which is an island, a coast, to Cuenca, which is 8,400 feet in the Andes. That's a humongous change right there. But after reading your article on altitude issue, I'm wondering if that could be a mistake. Well, Amber, the way we post our information is we include factual medical research. This is facts. They're in writing. They're from medical establishments. They're not research from, just who knows who. Established medical places have put these kinds of research documents on the internet, and that way they can be held to what is being put out into the public realm. And so why would you still be wondering? If you are still wondering, I realize that it's normal for people to wonder. And, I invite you to check out our consulting button. There's a consulting button on gringogoodsamaritans.com. And, before you pull up stakes and you just lock, stock, and barrel, invest, large, humongous amounts of money to travel and move, and while you're in this state of wondering, why not just, take a minuscule amount that it takes to just hire a consulting and get the nitty-gritty on it. At least get whatever questions you still have that cause you to wonder. We can tell you things that perhaps are best told as a one-on-one conversation, because everyone is a little bit different. Everyone does have a little bit different circumstances, and they're in different points in life at their journey in life. So you know, don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Check out the consulting button. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So then Amber continues, if there's no preference yet, would you advise looking to Salinas or others like it first? And then she's still uncertain about, not to mention the drastic climate difference. There's definitely a drastic climate difference, but like I say, though, there's already a drastic climate difference just from Margarita Island to Cuenca, Ecuador. It's not just climate, it's just ambience and, what do you call it, just your surroundings. You know, you're in a totally different environment. That's the word. And so, yeah, that's already big and different. But definitely, from going from Andes to coast, there's a whole bunch of information to, you know, to discern through. That's why we wrote the Do-It-Yourself Ecuador Coast Guide. Now we live on the coast, so we've been living on the coast now for a year. Plus, we traveled the whole coast or 90% of it. So, you know, and there are some structural improvements that have been made on some parts of the coast, but everything is still relevant that's in the Do-It-Yourself Ecuador Coastal Guide that's in there. I mean, you know, don't be penny wise and pound foolish. If you're considering maybe going to the coast, get the guide, and then, you know, your friends have already lived abroad, they've already lived in a coastal environment, so they can put their background together with the guide to make a very strong, intelligent, educated decision on what they want to do. Okay, so as always, guys, we really appreciate you. Thanks for writing in. We appreciate you watching our channel. And you know, tell everybody about the guides that we have. They're not fluff guides. They're guides that are meant to give you the ins and outs and the real meat and potatoes of what it's really like to live in Ecuador. We live in the internet age, which means we have information overload. There is so much information out there that sometimes it's really hard to wade through all of the fluff. And I'm just telling you, our guides are not fluff. If you want to know what it's really like, get the guides. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day.